Good morning, everyone. Merman. I am here at Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary in Arizona and Real Time Rescue. Just wanted to give you guys our end of month updates. Don't have a lot going on today, but we did have some things go on this week. Some kind of sad news to share that Thelma, our special needs hen, the sweet girl that was actually married to Pepper the rooster, who passed recently. She passed away the other night. It was completely unexpected. She was completely fine at night when she got tucked into her sleeping coop. She even hopped up on her perch, which is something that she really never did because she has some leg issues, which is why she was in the special needs coop, kept separate from the other birds. But like I said, totally healthy, eating fine, drinking everything good. And then the next morning, she was found having passed in her sleep. So that was some sad news. And then we had a bit of a tortoise scare yesterday. Today, she seems to be doing better. I'll head over there, see if I can find them. They might be kind of burrowed in for the day. Hello, sir. I'm watching you. Every once in a while, this guy here can give little nibbles to people. So I'm a little cognizant of that and watch him when he comes up. It's usually, about food, or if he's like kind of demanding me giving him attention. He in the past has kind of nipped at people sometimes. He hasn't done it for a while, but I am wary when he just comes up and stops at my ankles. Normally, he's fine, and it's rare that he does that. But ever since, he did it once, now we have to make sure that we're being safe and taking precautions, including a little dominance thing that I might actually do right now. Let me see. I'm going to push on him on his shoulder. He doesn't like it, but it's called Move the Pig. And it's literally just me pushing on his shoulder because for pigs, their hierarchy, they look at people's feet. So if he comes up to me or tries to nip at me or anything like that, and I step backwards, he will watch my feet, and that tells a pig that they're in charge. So since he has been just a touch grumpy this morning, I just wanted to make sure, kind of give him that little push on his shoulder. It forces him to take a step backwards, which tells him that he needs to defer to me and not try to bite me or be superior to me. And it also, when you push on their shoulder, just in case he was a more aggressive pig that might try to bite, because some pigs, when they're having some behavior issues like that, they might try to nip at you. Pushing on his shoulder back here, he doesn't have enough time to reach around and snap at me. I'd be able to pull my arm back in time. So that was a little lesson for you guys. Wasn't expecting to talk about that, but like I said, I just saw him coming right up to my ankles and just was a little wary since he's been a touch grumpy this morning. Everybody's a little grumpy early in the morning, though, right? Let's see. So we've got, thankfully, Jake is here today again. Right now, he's scooping some goat poo and hanging out with the sheep. It's always good when Jake is able to come, have that extra person. So, like I said, I guess I'll actually tell Jake too about it, and I'll just kind of explain it, and then I'll see if I can go find the tortoises. You guys can just kind of look at the field for a minute. So yesterday, I fed the tortoises. I gave them their little supplement. I hosed them down. They were fine. We actually had a tour. Some people were petting their shell. Everything was going well. And then a little bit later, Jamie and Michelle come up. They're like, hey, what did you feed them? The one's acting really weird, almost like she's choking or can't breathe or something's going on. I was like, I gave her squash, which is something that they're supposed to have. It was like she lost use of her back legs. Like imagine, like swimming or walking in place, like her front legs were trying to propel her forward, but her back legs were just kind of like flopping. And so we're like, Michelle was able to pull her head and neck like almost all the way out of the shell. And normally, you would never be able to do that because they're shy. Hi, Esperanza. And she looked down her throat just to see. There was nothing there. She reached down to make sure there was nothing. And I guess apparently this had happened like right after she went poo. And so we looked it up, and they said sometimes if a tortoise is like severely constipated or something, it can press on a nerve somehow and cause them to not be able to use their back legs. We're like, well, she just went poo, but maybe it moved things in her digestive tract. And so we were like, oh my gosh, it was so sad. It was like, then she was kind of catatonic. She was just kind of staring. We were trying to get her to eat because we looked it up, and it said that, they could have, hello, there's a certain kind of laxative that they can have. And we actually had some on hand, but we would have had to get her to eat it, and she wouldn't eat anything. We were even trying to offer her treats that maybe she shouldn't have just to entice her to eat, and nothing. And then, so we got her into a pool, one of the kiddie pools over there. We took one over there and we soaked her in that because they said, soaking can kind of help things relax if that's what it is. And she was the whole time trying to get out, but it's like she couldn't because she couldn't use her back legs. And if you don't know, the tortoises are probably around 70 pounds, so they can't just drag themselves with their front legs. Oh, now you're not grumpy. Now you're being nice. But yeah, and then like an hour later or something, she was able to walk again and she would eat. So it was just like this crazy weird thing. So we're thinking like maybe she just had something going on in her intestines, and after she went poo, like something had pushed on some nerve, but it was really scary. So that's our tortoise update. So I'm gonna go over, see if I can find them again. We already put ice packs on them and they ate. They were doing fine this morning, but we're gonna go take a little peek and then I'll be back. So like I said, let's head on over, see if we can find the tortoises. All these littles in here, cleaning up all the crumbs. Thank you guys. Clean up very well, then I won't have to rake that stall out. Hi, Merman. I know you're waiting. We'll let you out in a minute. So let's go see if we can find the tortoises. Say hello to them real quick. I will grab a drink of my water real here. If you don't follow us on social media, and if you're not local, we are having, hi Zoe, a little heat wave right now. We kind of thought, okay, September, we had a couple nicer days, only 90 in the 90s Fahrenheit, and it was just, manageable for us. We even had a couple days when, the chickens were able to be out. I think a week or two ago, you guys saw the chickens wandering around where normally they're all summer. They've been locked in this air-conditioned coop, Cluckingham Palace. But yesterday was 114 degrees Fahrenheit. And today's I think around 112 or something. It's just, we've just had those high summer temperatures back for a couple days. So the goats had some popsicles made yesterday. If you follow us on Instagram, the link is in the description box below, but I posted yesterday morning, I think it was, a little video of some of the goats eating, licking their popsicles, or frozen fruit popsicles that I made. And I just mixed up another batch of electrolytes that we gave to Gilbert. If you tuned in last Sunday morning, you saw Jake giving Gilbert and Rapunzel some electrolytes because they both kind of get this little dry cough sometimes. So we're kind of like, okay, let's give them some electrolytes, wet their whistles. So that's what we did. I also kind of thought I'd be done having to make electrolytes, but I got a huge gallon of molasses. We only need, about half a cup or less, usually like a quarter or a third. I kind of had a heavy pour this morning because it was so heavy, but you only need, that small amount to mix up a whole gallon of electrolytes. So that should last us for quite a while. Maybe not if I keep doing such heavy pours, but anyway, thought we wouldn't have to do that anymore. That's okay. Let's take a peek around. I saw them this morning. Elliot pulled them out so I could thoroughly spray them down, and we wanted to make sure that we witnessed them walking, taking a few steps to make sure they could. So I see one over here. It looks like she still has the ice pack on her. Okay, good. And I left her closer to the little hut, so that means she is still able to walk if this is her. It's really difficult for me to tell them apart, to be honest. We do have two tortoises, but hello, girl. Was it you yesterday, or was it your sissy? But we had them both over here. So either way, they both have been able to move. That's their backpack, as Michelle calls it, the wonderful property owner. It's just an insulated. We wrapped it up with duct tape so that it would make it last longer so it didn't pop a hole, but they're just those reusable ice packs. And we just set it right on their shell. Like I said, she had some bell pepper this morning with her little pinch of calcium. Isn't she a pretty girl? Hello, good morning. Let me see if I can find your sister. Just want to make sure everybody's good. Is she back in the hut? No, empty. Okay. She's in her one of her other favorite spots. Oh, looks like I found one. I don't know if I can see her face, but okay, good. That is the cold ice pack. I wasn't sure if that was an old one that had fallen off. Looks like it kind of fell off her shell, but what they actually do, oh, hello, is once it kind of thaws out a little and gets a little softer, they will crawl on top of it. So then it kind of cools them from underneath. Where are you? Where's your face? I don't know if she's coming towards me to see me or if she's trying to walk away from me because I can't see it. This bush is really dense. Let me see if I could peek over on the other side quickly because there's a lot of mosquitoes and I did not put bug spray on this morning. Oh, there she is. Hello. Hi, girl. So either way, they're both able to walk normally today. They both ate. So things are looking up. Let me see if I can put that ice pack back on her shell now that I can kind of see where she's at. Oh, I can hear mosquitoes buzzing by my ear. Gross. Okay, well, I am going to hop off of here now. I have a few things left to do, but I'm so happy to see that they are both seeming to be doing all right this morning. And as I mentioned, I'm so glad that Elliot and Jake were both able to come today. We had just a nice morning. And like I said, just kind of that sad news about Thelma this week. But the good part of that is, in some ways it's hard when they pass away quickly and unexpectedly because it's like I feel like I didn't get to say goodbye. But also that's kind of selfish because it's a good thing that, she passed quickly. She wasn't suffering. She didn't have some prolonged illness that, she wasn't in pain. She just went to sleep, went to bed and did not wake up. So, oh, sorry, Houdini. Didn't mean to startle you. So yeah, I guess that's all the updates I have for you guys this morning. But I wanted to thank you for tuning in. Like I said, feel free to check out all our links in the description box below. And we will be back soon with updates. Have a great day.